Alright, the race just ended at Bristol. And Kyle Larson wins the 12th Hendrick Motorsports victory of 2021. 6-pack now. Thanks to Chase Elliott. And yes, I'm pretty drenched. Sorry that the previous video ended early because the music is on autoplay whenever I have it Bluetooth to the car. So this is going to have to be separated from the Coke Zero Sugar and Mentos video. So if you don't like the fact that those two are completely severed from each other, well, I unfortunately can't help you. And not to mention that my hard drive hasn't come in yet, so I have to wait for my new hard drive to come in just so I could do all the editorials and all that other stuff. Anyways, pretty damn good racing. Not a lot of people, a lot of giving, a lot of taking, a lot of coming and going, a lot of points being shaken up, a lot of chase implications, especially Kyle Busch there, where his points were rapidly plummeting. We all thought he was going to have a do-over 2015 Jimmie Johnson until he came out of the pits at the right minute. He was just only 2 points out as soon as he exited the pits, and then I think he managed to keep it out 6 points above the cup line, and luckily our Hendrick boys, Bowman and Byron, survived. That's good enough for me. And in regards to what just happened between Harvick and Elliott, it's normally when you see something on Twitter that's unabashedly stupid as fuck, whenever people are throwing a complete and utter hyperactive temper tantrum against Chase Elliott standing up for himself, all because he kept being pushed around, all because his racing style is objectively clean, and when he's had enough, and people start bitching about it. Start bitching about him not being a pushover because, you know, he totally should be like a fucking, I don't fucking know, like a Martin Truex Jr. from pre-championship season. I guess. But even then, Martin Truex Jr. is hated for that reason until he went to the 19 car. A lot of people would always say, oh, Chase is, you have this bold audacity to say Chase is a clean racer. What about Dover 2020? Kiss my fucking ass. Like you didn't give Joey Logano grief when he blatantly dumped Matt Kenseth and got his ass handed to him 2 races later, and never gave grief for dumping Carl Edwards the race finale in 2016 and how he supposedly handed Jimmie Johnson his 7th championship, or how you gave Kevin Harvick grief for causing the big one at Talladega, or trying to dump Kyle Busch just so he can advance. Like, is it even staggering or astounding how massively hypocritical Chase detractors really are? Like, are people actually really this astounded that the points that they've making each and every week, the constant attempts at smearing have been being enfeebled every single goddamn week, and how debilitating their desperations of feeling justified in smearing Chase Elliott really have become? Like, does it really surprise anyone at all? No? Are people this much of a hazy dolt to not remember Joey Logano doing the same fucking thing at Homestead when Chase Elliott was driving the same fucking paint scheme? Okay. If what Denny, Logano, Harvick did to Chase was okay, then what Chase did to those drivers was also okay. If you're going to exonerate those incidents, then you should not be going after Chase Elliott for those incidences. Hello? Is what I'm saying making sense? And if you say no, then you're just nothing short of an absolute simpleton that can't compromise anything or be consistent with your debate of arguments to save your fucking existence. Listen, it's either you stay consistent to your arguments or don't debate at all. You can't just say this stupid fucking horse shit out of bias for a driver that you, whatever fucking Hades knows what reason you love for. I don't even fucking understand why people like Kyle Busch or Denny Hamlin. What is there to even love about those drivers? I don't even understand why you people even worship a lot of the drivers that Chase Elliott has scuffled with in the past. So, if you're gonna hold Chase Elliott accountable for those so-called offenses, then you should hold the drivers that you love to ride on accountable, just as accountable as what he did. Also, at least Chase knows how to handle situations better. He even mentioned himself that he's 25 and he knows how to not throw punches. I'm willing to bet that was a jab at Kevin Harvick from the 2015 Chicagoland scuffle with Jimmy Johnson. Good to know things never change. Twitter is just... What really more can I say about Twitter other than the fact that, well, my descriptions of Twitter, my narrations of the toxicity within the NASCAR Twitter community is nothing short of water is wet. NASCAR community is garbage, just like how water is fucking wet. Just the lies and desperate tu quoque fallacies that come out of the idiotic fans' mouths, as if one particular fan keeps saying that he was done with NASCAR, even though he keeps constantly talking about NASCAR 247365, as if we should take him seriously, and as if basically he's suggesting that he does care about it by constantly crying for attention on his fucking tweets over and over and over again. I imagine someone who doesn't care about NASCAR wouldn't fucking talk about it and would shift their focus onto stuff that actually matters to them. Like, I may not be much of a big fan of NHRA, given how I'm more of a circuit and oval kind of guy, but you don't see me crying about whoever it is that I supposedly am not a fan of winning all the time, because, well, I just don't watch it. Plain and simple. Like, if you don't care about a specific product anymore, why just drop the bullshit and stop fucking talking about it and go on talking and thinking and focusing on stuff that actually matters to you, if you know and think goddamn well that you're not going to get anything good out of it in the long run or in the future. NASCAR Twitter community, honestly, is just ridiculous. Don't go defending Kevin Harvick or Joey Logano when you know damn well you've given them grief up until Chase Elliott found himself in the scuffle between those two said drivers. You're a hypocrite. You're a massive goddamn motherfucking hypocrite of so much of a magnitude is that if your hypocrisy was an earthquake, the waves that would have generated would have been 10,000 times the size of the waves that struck Indonesia and Japan. Indonesia in 2004 and Japan in 2011. Okay, enough about my venting and all my vitriolic takes towards how unabashedly fucking stupid the NASCAR Twitter community really is. Hell yeah, Kyle Larson. Good job on him. 6th win of his season. And if he could just keep on keeping that pace, he's good to go for that championship if he could just stay out of trouble consistently. So yeah, great race. Richmond was pretty good. I loved how there was a fire truck that did the ceremonies around the lap around the track to pay tribute to all the heroes and victims that had their lives taken. It was pretty cool exploring DC, which I'll post a vlog of later when my hard drive comes in. Sorry for the lack of vlog posting lately. It's just that my hard drive situation is very iffy. So until things get patched up and sorted out, I'll get back into the vlog posting later. So yeah, I basically drove 12 hours around the East Coast, plus 5 hours of walking in DC, of trying to photograph every major structure in DC, ranging from the Washington Monument all the way to the Supreme Court. Meeting up with my good buddy Jonathan Thillman, known as, the OGs would know him as Gage Fan 48, and nowadays Balto Racing. So Richmond was pretty good. Not a lot of action may have happened around stage 2, and aside from all these penalties that were being given out to a multitude of drivers, as well as a lot of it being, the vast majority of it being a Gibbs show, but it was still a pretty damn good race. I would give it at least a 7 or an 8 out of 10. Maybe, actually, I'll just be fair and give it an 8 out of 10, since a lot of good quality, clean racing was going on, since this is proof that you don't need to turn this into a smackdown on wheels for it to be a watchable race, and Richmond was about as passable as it could have been, and it was fun. I enjoyed seeing Martin Truex Jr. win in person in the Cup Series for the first time of my life, and not just the Busch Series at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Bristol was also good. Typical old-fashioned Bristol racing. Bumping and banging, a lot of points implications, a lot of people giving and taking, a lot of people going for bold race-winning moves. Kyle Larson winning with a tire rub. What really more can I really say? A lot of drivers finished extremely well with cosmetically damaged race cars, and William Byron was on the brink of being eliminated from the playoffs, and he managed to fight his way to the podium finish. So, can't complain about that. So yeah, great night these past 2 weekends. Kind of do really wish I was in Bristol, but I did see more than plenty of Hendrick victories, so it's all good. One more until they tie the Hendrick victory count from 2014. There are only one, and it only takes one Hendrick Motorsports victory to tie that number. Good to see you guys watch my video. By the way, Trent, since you said that you're a Chase Elliott fan because of Chase Elliott holding up Kevin Harvick, the bane of your existence, remember that next time Chase Elliott starts winning races consecutively, winning races on track variants consecutively, or maybe under some rare circumstance, winning championships consecutively to the point it becomes monotonous to you. Remember that. Please do remember that Chase Elliott is basically your divine salvation against Harvick. You know I'm looking at you, Trent Dunham. And I even decided to put on this beautiful Valvoline shirt of Kyle Larson from the time I saw him win at Nashville. There, lighting's better. And now he won it again at Bristol. That's all I got for Bristol and Richmond, my dudes. Both fun races, good old short track racing at its finest. One more short track race left on the schedule, and that is Martinsville. I'm sure it will be just as fucking badass as those 2 I just talked about. Have a good night. And have a good rest of September. And shout out to my good buddy